Hello and welcome back.
I'm Kath.
And I'm Stuart. And this is Nala.
In December, we left South Wales on an epic road trip to Morocco.
Join us as we attempt to take our home on wheels from mountains to deserts and everything else in between.
Getting off the beaten track to show you the real Morocco.
We left you last week overlooking Ouazani. As we settled down to watch the sunset, listening to Adan, we had high hopes of a quiet night. Sadly, it didn't turn out that way. At just gone midnight, we got the dreaded knock. Hello, hello.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Comment allez-vous bien? Soyez le bienvenu au Maroc.
Je suis anglais, English.
Welcome to Morocco.
No problem?
No problem.
Good.
But in this place,
Yep.
you are in bad conditions.
Right.
Not security. Yes. You can prefer come with me in another place here.
Okay.
Bien organisé, bien security.
Is it a campsite?
Come on.
Is it free?
Free. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, free.
Okay. Here is dangerous.
Yes, not dangerous.
I mean, we've got
We
cameras,
have a dog
we've got a
and
dog, so we're...
Well, come with me. Come back with me.
Where are you going to go?
Go here, near the commissariat.
Okay.
Bien station here.
No problem.
Bien sécurisé.
There we go, police. I was just about to ask for police, that's fine.
Police.
Yep. There's no problem, we just have to be careful who we follow.
Welcome with me, welcome.
No problem. Okay?
Welcome.
Yeah, I'll just lock up and I'll come out.
I swear it's all some bloody scam to try and get you to campsites. Yeah. You are unsafe. We did not feel unsafe until they turned up and started knocking our door. It just feels so unnecessary and just completely ridiculous. Like, none of the police are in uniform. The one police officer's just standing there smoking. The lady who was on the phone earlier is out there. She's in a pair of jeans. They've insisted on seeing our passports. It was so quiet up here. Like, we read a few reviews online that say if you stay here, they try and force you over to Hotel Riff. Even the police are in on it. Yeah, they're friendly enough, but this is not very pleasant, really. It's 1:45 in the morning, by the way. I just don't think that moving on and driving on dark and lit roads at this time of night is safe. So, but you can't argue with them, can you? So I'm guessing we're moving on. Frog march to a campsite at 1 a.m.
I should add here that prior to the police turning up, we'd had a knock from a Moroccan man who didn't speak English. He just held the phone out with an English-speaking lady on the other end, telling us she was authority and we had to follow the man. We politely declined.
So the lady who was on the telephone earlier, who had authority and told us that it was illegal to stay there, was actually the campsite owner, who very clearly had the police in her pocket. So the police drove us off the hill in the dark. There are no street lights here. It's now
1 o'clock in the morning.
2:10 now.
Yeah, 1:10.
1:10. Oh, sorry. It's now 1:10 now. And drove us to the campsite. And although she told the police it was for our safety and she wouldn't charge us, it just feels like when we woke up tomorrow morning she would be insisting on payment before we left.
There was a large electronic gate letting you in and out of the campsite, and we just felt that if we got in there and in the morning they created and saying they wanted money, we got no way of getting out, and we're not paying to sleep somewhere we don't want to sleep.
I feel like we've been part of just an act of corruption tonight, and I feel like just to pay into that and to go along with it would be wrong. So we made a decision and we told her that we now weren't going to stay in the city and spend our money here, but we were going to go on and start driving towards Meknes. Yeah, that really did just feel like a lot of bullying, didn't it?
It certainly did.
So yeah, that was quite unpleasant. I hope that isn't our experience across Morocco. We don't mind paying for campsites at all, but sometimes we just want to be close to the city. We're doing well here because we've gone about 10 miles down the road and we've just been stopped at a police checkpoint. This time it was the Moroccan Royal Police, or the Gendarmerie, or whatever they're called. So he was very friendly.
Very friendly. Telling us a joke about when somebody joined the police force and they pulled over an English motorist and they told the driver he had an infraction because the steering wheel was on the wrong side of the car. But yeah, didn't want to see our passports, wished us well on our journey, welcome to Morocco. Yeah, he wasn't interested in us in the slightest, really.
No,
really nice fella.
Didn't even want to see our passports. It's just because we're driving late at night, I think, and he was just probably a bit concerned and just wanted to check we were okay. So we've driven along the road a few miles and we found an all-night fuel station, and we've just pulled over and asked them if it's okay to stay for the night, and they've said it's fine and we are more than welcome. So well, that's us for the night then. I know a lot of people will be wondering why we didn't just pay the campsite fee and move on, but honestly that whole situation just felt like a great deal of corruption. The gentleman that spoke to Stuart, who Stuart assumed was a police officer, was not in police uniform. He was in jeans.
Yeah,
the
jeans
lady
and a jacket. He had a radio in his hand. I was just about to ask him whether he was police or not, and I looked round the corner and there was a police officer stood there in uniform with a police van with flashing lights on it. So clearly the police were there, but I'm not sure the guy I was talking to was police. He seemed to have quite a good relationship with the lady who we assume, as we followed her, was the owner of the campsite. It all seems a little bit suspect to me.
Yeah, and the only person in uniform was a very young police officer who spent the whole interaction standing by the police van and smoking nervously. He wasn't speaking to us.
He made no attempt to come over and speak to us.
And he was the only person in uniform. And I realised that a lot of people would have just driven onto the campsite and stayed there and paid in the morning. But while we don't have the power to argue with corrupt Moroccan police officers, we do have the power to continue driving, and we feel that if we'd have just given in to that, then it sets the precedent for other travellers behind us as well.
Well, that was a long night. Unbelievable. We ended up in a Totals Energy forecourt, which actually wasn't too bad. It was free, it was reasonably quiet until everyone started moving this morning, but yeah, we're going to go in now. There's a little cafe restaurant here, so we're going to go in and grab some breakfast as a thank you for letting us stay.
So we were planning on not filming this weekend, but we couldn't let that opportunity pass to record that. So, but we are going to take the rest of the weekend off now, and we're just going to give ourselves a day today to chill out. And then tomorrow we will see you at the ancient Roman city of Volubilis. Good morning.
Morning.
After a lovely day at the barrage yesterday, we're up with the sun and we're off for an adventure.
Not strictly true, we're up before the sun.
We really are, it's very beautiful out there. Welcome to the ancient Roman city of Volubilis.
We made the choice to come early for two reasons. One, it's nice and cool so we can leave Nala in the van. And two, all the reviews said it gets busy when the coaches turn up about 10 o'clock. So it's only about 9 o'clock now, and other than us, I've only seen two other people. So far, choice well made.
During the height of the Roman Empire, the Romans would pack up all of the salt that they'd mined in Rome and in Europe, and they would take it all the way through, and they would cross over into what is now Morocco, travel all the way through the land, and then go all the way down to Mali, where they would trade salt for gold, because Mali was surrounded by gold mines. The road that they took, the route that they took, is now known as the Salt Road, and gives us a word that we're all familiar with today, which is salary, which literally translates as payment in salt.
We certainly wouldn't get this in the National Trust. You're just allowed to walk around this site. There's no barriers or gates or anything like that, so you can get right in amongst the buildings. And we're stood now in what we think is some sort of mill or kitchen area. Look. You've got a big circular pit here, and then right next to it, huge what looks to be some sort of millstone, all carved out. Just to have the freedom to walk around and get in amongst these buildings is just phenomenal. I think some of them have been here for over 1800 years. Mind blowing. And as we continued to explore, we soon found our first mosaic.
What's mad is 2,000 years later, we're still putting that pattern on lino.
And we thought the last mosaics were good, but I think we've just found the main event. This is the House of Orpheus. It takes its name from the large mosaic depicting Orpheus playing the lyre to an audience of animals and birds. The mosaic embellishes the house's dining room, where diners would have reclined on couches set against the walls.
The detail on the mosaics is just absolutely remarkable, beautiful. You can see there's been some repairs in places, but they are so well preserved. You can see in places where there was clearly marble that covered the walls, and that is long gone, just a few pieces left at the bottom. But the mosaics themselves, yeah, this place is well worth a visit. And 70 dirhams too. I mean, if you pay 25 quid to get into a place like this in the UK, I think it's absolutely stunning. Another added bonus to this site is it's absolutely abundant with wildflowers and bees. It's beautiful here. There's everything from wild mustard, parsley, lavender, marigolds, poppies, and just bees buzzing around everything. Such a pretty place.
And I think we've seen everything now from a distance. This is what, 13 hectares you said?
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. It doesn't, you just, until you're in here and you see it, you just don't realise how big it actually is. And I don't think any of the long distance camera shots are going to do any justice to how big it actually is.
No,
But
you need to come here when you come to Morocco. That bit today over that side is all fenced off, so you can't get in there, but you can see that they're actively working to restore things here, so it's understandable that the small parts are out of action. So that was a really good day out. I'd highly recommend Volubilis to anybody who comes here to Morocco. Really fascinating. Just going to head into Moulay Idris now, which is the nearby town. So if you do head there, just be aware that although it shows the mausoleum as a tourist attraction, non-Muslims aren't allowed in there, so it's not a place to go if you want to look round. We saw a few one-star reviews on Google where people had complained they weren't allowed in, but we already understood that you're not allowed into Islamic and holy sites in Morocco, which is perfectly fine. Of course, your religion isn't our tourism. Welcome to Moulay Idris. Here we have a little walk around the square out there now.
like so many of these little Moroccan towns, the back streets were a maze of narrow lanes, and before long, predictably, we found ourselves lost. GPS being effectively useless, we were soon spotted by a guide, and as if by magic fell in line behind him as we headed up to the viewpoint we were looking for. And just as predictably, as soon as we'd enjoyed the view, we were led to a shop in the hope that we might buy something.
Yeah, let's buy something.
Nala, however, spotted the owner's cat and thought it was lunchtime.
It's one piece.
Yes, they're
That's
so
old
beautiful.
coral. That's coral. Old coral.
I'll just go and have a little look.
amazing.
You alright with that?
Enter to look, enter to look. Looking is free. Looking costs nothing.
Sit. Sit.
Cameras. That dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. With good luck.
Shukran, you have
هذه
a
اللي
good day.
well, with good luck my lady. هذه نعطيوها لهذاك يتقهوى بها حتى العشية. إن شاء الله. With good luck.
Yes, inshallah.
إن شاء الله.
Money spent, shopkeeper happy, we had little choice but to follow this so-called guide back through the streets to where we first started.
Welcome to Meknes. Happy Monday to you all. We've just pulled into this parking area in the city near to the square, which we're going to head to now. He charged us 20 dirhams to park just for the day, but he also said we could stay overnight here if we wanted to. We won't be because we're planning to head towards Ifrane National Park later. Just going to go and have a little look around the city, hopefully get some shopping from the market where it's much cheaper than it is in the supermarkets, and then I think we're going to head to the Marjane on the way out just to get some things that we can't get at the market, like butter and stuff. So.
Morning! Clearly doing a bit of a rebuild there, so we can't go in and see it, but hopefully you'll have seen what we can't see.
Unfortunately, the square also seems to be fenced off apart from passage through, and there is like a large water source here that people flock to, but recent reviews say that it's dry, so just be aware that if you come into Meknes, it's a bit of a building site today.
20 dirham un kilo.
Did you get that?
20 dirham un kilo?
20.
20 dirhams a kilo. Is that right?
20 is 20, yeah.
Half a kilo
Yeah.
then? Yeah?
Tu m'as dit les cadeaux?
Oh no, it's fine.
Les cadeaux. Les cadeaux,
Try it.
oui. Viens ici.
Absolute bedlam. Market day in Meknes. It is madness. We've just got a load of fresh strawberries. £2 a kilo. Yeah, I can see us buying a lot of fruit today. Kath's just buying some bread now. Again, that will be pence. Yeah, I'm having to keep my eye out to keep the dog, the donkeys, the bikes, the cars, the people. It's absolute chaos. What was the damage on that, darling?
30p.
30p. Madness. Let's carry on. Oh, he's reversing through. Come on, back it up, back it up. Yeah, back it up. Everybody's backing up because somebody's reversing through. Here we go. Do you want some goat, darling?
No, I think I'll pass on the goat.
Having passed on the goat, we finally found a stall selling lamb.
No.
Still on the tail, just the ribs.
Be nice dinner.
عندك ولدك عندك ولدك. اسمع ولد عندك.
Yeah, well, there you go. A kilo of lamb ribs for £5.50. Can't go wrong with that.
Gotta keep it away
And if you thought it was a sensory overload for us, try looking at it from Nala's point of view.
Wait a minute. What an experience. You could go and get it all at the Marché or the Carrefour, but then you'd miss all that.
That was madness. The poor dog didn't know what to do with herself.
Oh, so many cats and trolleys and wheelbarrows and mopeds and no donkeys here, thankfully. Yeah, that was insane, and they're so narrow, those streets are, but everything's really cheap. We got all of that and I failed to spend £10. So, and that includes a whole kilo of lamb ribs for dinner later. Eggs by the bag. Now we got to get back through town without breaking them. They're in a sealed bag, so I'm going to put them in my pocket. Place your bets now, how many are making it back? It's not like I've got a mad dog with me either. Come on then.
Not that I've got a sweet tooth, but I think that's just sugar cane.
And lemon. Sugar cane and lemon, he's pushing through there.
Nice.
Yeah.
20 dirhams, less than 10p each? No, pound each?
Pound each,
less
than a pound.
Yeah, 80p each. And it's lovely.
It's very nice.
Never had it before, but I'll probably have it again.
He offered me ginger in it and it seemed a bit weird, but now that I've drunk it, I think it would be really nice with lime and ginger. He had lemon, lime and ginger, which he would mix with it for you. Yeah. Yes, very nice.
This is just lemon, lime and sugar cane. Very, very good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit quieter up this end of town, so I'm just going to sit and enjoy this before we make our way back to the van. And then we're heading to Ifran.
Ifran, yes, that area anyway.
Somewhere along there, try and find somebody to kit for the night.
Yeah.
Hopefully take a couple of days just to chill out, because it is mental here.
It is, yeah.
The dog's a little bit burnt out, bless her. Too many sniffs for her, and it's a sensory overload for you and I as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It just comes at you from all directions. Literally, your eyes, your ears, your nose, it's everything. It's raw meat and vegetables and spices and goat's heads and people pushing you from every direction and wheelbarrows and people shouting at you in French and Arabic and Berber and Amazigh. I have no idea, honestly. I will say that this lovely shady spot and this freezing cold marble bench on my butt is lovely just now.
Yeah, I'd love to take my hoodie off, but as you'll remember, it's full of eggs. So, and I don't have a wet lap yet, so we're doing all right so far, but still a few miles left to walk.
And we're back in the van. Moment of truth with the eggs.
Here we go. I have successfully given birth to 8 little eggs. Woohoo! Oh, shut dropped!
So that's us finished at Meknes and we're going to head to Ifran National Park now, so hopefully some peace and tranquility for a couple of days, but you never get what you expect with Morocco, so let's see. Monkeys!
Just sat in the road.
Oh, look at the baby! Oh my
They're on
gosh!
this side as well.
Oh, I mean, have they pulled over to feed them, have they? Oh, hello buddy! Oh my gosh!
Look at the baby on the back of this
one. Oh, look at the monkey on the go! Oh my god!
Monkeys on the side of the road. What?
Oh my god! Look at the holler!
What the hell is that?
Oh, I'm like a kid. So here we are, we're in a place called Reserve Natural de Cedars, and as you can probably see behind me, we are surrounded by cedar trees and the noise of what I think are Barbary macaques, the monkeys that are in this area. So yeah, no camping signs, no overnighting signs, lots of evidence of other people's campfires. We've pulled off the road, so it's just called a touristic road as you drive through. We've pulled right off there and we've tucked ourselves in, so we're going to go for a walk. Lots of touts and sellers at the entrance, all trying to sell nuts and things for the monkeys, but yeah, now that we're in here, there's no one here. Fingers crossed we don't get moved on by the police and the campsite owner at 1 o'clock in the morning and
or mobbed by monkeys.
Well, I think I'll take the mob by monkeys, to be honest.
I want to see them, I don't want to be mobbed by.
We're just going to take a little walk around the forest and scope the place out. It says over there on the sign that there's a hiking trail from here, so we might check that out tomorrow. Really lovely, peaceful area. It's very nice after the craziness of Meknes this morning.
Yeah, it's the complete polar opposite to Meknes. That was just an assault on every sense. And this is just peace. And this is our camp for the night. Set up, Kath's just cooking us some fresh lamb ribs that we've got at the market earlier with some nice fresh peas. I've had the fire going and there is nobody else around. It's absolutely idyllic. I've just been to the garage to get some crisps out, and I'm not going to say we're high tonight, but And do you know how high? 1,740 metres. We're higher than the entire United Kingdom.
And we drove here.
And we drove here. Morning. Peaceful night last night. Woken up to the sound of the birds. And then about 100 sheep coming through with the shepherd again. But, we're going to have a chill out day today. So we're just going to go in for a walk and have a look for these little monkeys that we saw on the way in, because there's certainly none around the camp here. There we go, that's about 3 miles we've walked. Not a single monkey. We even walked past the crossroads where we came in yesterday, and there was loads of monkeys there. I suspect today there's not enough human activity. We shall see.
Yeah, they definitely seem to crowd to where the tight touts are selling nuts, which is understandable, I suppose, but I guess the rest of the time they're well camouflaged in the forest, as they should be too.
Well, we've come off the beaten path into the woodlands in the hope that we'll find these elusive little buggers. But still no luck. Keeping our fingers crossed. Still haven't seen those monkeys, but I have just seen my first lizard, so I'm well happy.
Oh, look at the little babies. Not bothered about the dogs, are they?
No, nobody.
Bonjour. No, thank you, it's fine. No, it's okay, but thank you. Hey, you're not having it. I'm on to you, mate.
They definitely want the camera. You can see him behind me. The sun's in my eyes, so I can't quite see what you can see. Yeah, he's still there.
He's coming down now, he's getting your head.
Yeah, he's going to take my sunglasses off my head probably.
Yeah.
There's quite a few touts trying to sell stale cakes and stuff to give them, but we're not up for animal tourism, so we're not going to encourage it. But if you want to see them, the only place they seem to be is where humans congregate. What can you do?
What an amazing experience. We both really enjoyed that.
We see monkeys.
We chose not to feed them. I don't think they need any further help of domestication, but obviously you do you. But yeah, really easy to get among them and take some great footage. Really, really beautiful little things. They're dwindling in numbers here, unfortunately. That seems to be the problem with the animal populations across the world. So also part of the reason that we don't want to encourage the domestication. But yeah, gorgeous. And loads of little babies. They're so adorable with their little butts. We're almost back at the van now. It's been a really beautiful walk through this forest. It's lovely. It's mainly cedar, but then there's lots of other trees as well. This oak, which looks a bit like holly. Can you see it? I kind of know it as like Jerusalem oak, but I think it has different names in different places. Tiny and sharp, but it has proper like oak cups on it, and Lots of hawthorn here. I didn't know hawthorn grew in Morocco, but there you go. There's absolutely loads of it, and all of it is parasited by so much mistletoe. I've been making Stu kiss me right, left and centre. So, and lots of the mistletoe here has red berries, which I've never seen. I've only ever seen white berries. I realise that some of you may have just subscribed for the Suks and Medinas, but our early subscribers, I think, followed us for the mushrooms, so maybe you'll be interested in all that. And while we're on the subject of mushrooms, I wasn't really expecting to find any fungi in Morocco, but yesterday Stuart spotted something off my wish list, which is a dried up earth star mushroom, and there are also quite a few crust funguses and things in this forest. I suspect mushroom season's quite short here though. Hi! So we've left our forest park up at the Cedar Wood, which was really lovely. It's been such a peaceful couple of days, and now we're heading towards the source Rabia. So we're climbing a little bit. The road is terrible. We've just seen some monkeys properly in the wild, like not being fed by anybody or anywhere near the touts or anything, all acting like monkeys should as well, running away from the van and not coming for food and things. There are loads of tiny little villages across this road. There's a little bit of snow forecast, just 50 centimetres. I mean,
just a little bit.
what could possibly go wrong, eh? This road we're driving along is, well, it's sketchy to say the least, so we're going to leave you for this week with a little bit of Moroccan road footage.
And as the tarmac turned to gravel, I had flashbacks of our time in northern Spain. And just like then, things didn't go to plan. We'll just have to wait till next week to find out how. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.